This is the last of September's production. So I think I have about 2 bags that I can put in the deep freezer now. And I think this is about 3 days worth of freezer stash. Put 2 up there. All right, so let's count it up and I will give you guys my total for my first month of exclusively pumping.
Take me on a trip, I'd like to go someday. Take me up to Jupiter and outer space.
Hey you guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be doing a video on exclusively pumping. So yesterday I was able to donate 700 ounces of milk to 3 mothers in my local area. Are you okay? It is my 5-week mark for my postpartum. I gave birth on September 1st, and so since then I was able to stash a total of 1,000 ounces. A month of September I actually pumped 787 ounces stored in the freezer, and then once I hit the 5-week mark I hit 1,000. I produce a lot of milk, and a lot of people think it has something to do with genetics, and that is not the case. To be honest with you, my first child was producing just enough for him, about 30 ounces or so per day. This time around it's been a little bit different, so I want to actually answer some of the questions. This group is a group for moms who do exclusively pumping, and over 234 ladies have responded to this, and I actually posted this about like 2 hours ago or something like that. But I have tons and tons of questions, and let me just say this. I've been doing this kind of a journal on Instagram story where I share my daily pumps with you guys, mornings, afternoons, evening, and for the most part I've been pushing at least 15 to 18 ounces per pumping session. And initially I was pumping every 3 hours, so I would pump at 12, 3, 6, 9, rotate that throughout the day, and I was very consistent. I'm gonna be honest with you, exclusively pumping is very tiring. It is a very draining task. It is not something that every mom should be doing because you would literally tire yourself out. You need to be really stress-free with this. Fortunately for me, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I don't think if I was working again, I don't think I'll be able to do this. It is a very tiring task, and I commend any mom who can get through it for the 12 months, because there were times during the first month where I was just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. And luckily I have a supportive spouse, and my husband stepped up when I need to step down and take a nap and sleep and just catch up. So for the month of September, I pumped 787 ounces of milk. So total was 1,550.5 ounces of milk, and I was able to store 787 ounces of milk. So that's about 6 gallons of milk stored in a deep freezer. Bailey consumes a little bit less than 30 ounces per day. I'm really like trying to push her and pick up the amount. And then if she does do that and it does well and my body starts producing even more, then I'm gonna just allow it to produce more and just pump it out. Once I hit that 60 ounce mark per day, I knew that that was my target goal for every day, just to produce 60 ounces, so that she would consume some and I will at least be able to store roughly 35 ounces or so in deep freezer. A lot of you guys have asked me how many calories do I consume on a daily basis, and to be honest with you, I don't really know. I'm not gonna say like I'm the most healthiest eater, but I do know for dinner time I usually eat a good bit of protein. I have a salad and sweet potatoes. Like, for some reason that's what I'm craving right now, and that's pretty much what I do. I do eat a lot of salad, and I do eat a good bit of salad because that's one of the ways I get my vegetable intake. In addition to that, I also take prenatal, so FYI. I do snack throughout the day. I eat like grapes and things like that. I do eat like chocolate chip cookies, oatmeal cookies. Oatmeal is really good, or I think they said oats and stuff like that. It's really good for helping produce milk. I also eat in the morning time probably like breakfast sandwich, croissant sandwich, sausage, egg and cheese type of thing. I do very minimum dairy. Sorry, brain fart. Too much dairy will affect the baby. For her, she's been doing perfect with it. I know for my first child, he was a little crampy with it. My second child, he couldn't even breastfeed because of the fact that he was just extremely lactose intolerant. So I didn't want to cut out too much dairy in my diet, but I've cut out most of it. I think I only consume a little bit of dairy, which is probably with the breakfast sandwich, to be honest with you. Another person asked me how many times a day do I pump. initially for the first month, which you're supposed to do this if you're going to do the whole exclusively pumping thing. You need to pump 8 times a day for the first 3 months. Okay, just to make sure your supply is good. I'm not gonna lie, the first month is going to test you. Like I said, it's extremely tiring. If you are, baby, you want me to hold you again? If you're somebody who cannot be consistent, it's not going to work out very well. You will kill your supply. You cannot skip pump sessions and things like that. Even so, you're going to be so engorged that you're not going to want to miss any pump sessions because you want to empty out those boobs. I'm going to say this really quickly. I'm not going to go into too much about what type of pump and things like that I use right now. I want to say this. You need to invest in a good pump. When I say a good pump, a hospital grade pump. I have a video from years ago when I had my first child, because he was a NICU baby. And I explained that a hospital grade pump is totally different from the pumps that you get from your insurance company. It pumps and sucks you like a baby. So it is going to help empty out your breast. When your breast is empty, completely empty, you will produce more milk. That's just a fact. You not only need to consistently empty out your breast, but you need to be on a consistent schedule where your body is constantly producing milk. If you're not emptying out your breast, then your body's not going to make the milk. That's just fact. For the most part, I don't consume a drastic amount of water. I drink water on a daily basis anyway, but I'm not somebody who overly drinks water. I drink just enough to like quench my thirst. I'd also drink like sweet teas. I like sweet tea. I'm for the South, so it's delicious to me. I drink orange juice. I like orange juice. I might drink like a lemonade here and there, but for the most part, it's water like it's always been for me. I don't do alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I'm sorry, well, that's the same thing as alcohol. Thank you to everyone who congratulating me on being able to donate milk and things like that. Yesterday was my first time doing it, and to be honest with you, it made me feel really proud because initially I was going to probably waste the milk, feed my husband all kinds of breast milk meals. I don't think he would have been happy about it, but I was just going to just play around with it. And when I reached out to my physician, she was like, you know what, there's tons of moms, including herself, who are in need of milk. And I was shocked. I was like, nobody's gonna want my milk. You know, it's like coming from a stranger, but she was like, you're in perfectly good health. You're producing so much. I would definitely recommend you reaching out to this group. She sent me to the group. I posted it, and within like an hour or two of them approving my post, I had several moms. I want to say a couple of dozen. Say a dozen, but it was like a couple of dozen, because at the end of the day, they were still asking, and officially, after I selected 3 people, I went ahead and just told them that I don't have any more. If I do have more to spare, I will, and I definitely will be doing it again because I do like to do it. It made me feel so good. And to hear so many stories of these babies and moms who haven't had a successful journey, it just kind of wants me to push harder for this. And I really hope, look at her, she's just sleeping. I really hope that I can help others, because this is something that I feel like my best friend had told me. I had told her, you know, I'm producing all this milk, and she said, maybe you're producing this milk because God wants you to bless others. And I was like, oh my God, you are so right. Oh my God, like I feel like I am doing God's work. I feel like I am stepping up and doing something that he called me to do, which was basically be like a wet nurse for moms. If you guys want to know what kind of pump and stuff and things like that I use, I'll definitely leave all that information down below. In fact, I might even do a separate video on the pups, a day in the life like of me doing my pumping sessions, as well as more tips and tricks. I will probably even do a video on everything I pretty much use to exclusively pump, because it's just not like hooking up to a pump and just pumping. I think it's a lot more that goes into it, and again, it's something that is very tiring. In the beginning, I was doing at least 2 hours of pumping total, a little bit more on some days, and then on top of that, that's just pumping. That's not including washing and prepping and feeding your child. That's just exclusively pumping. So it's a lot of work that goes into it, and like I said, you need to just mentally be prepared to miss sleep, take short naps, take short sessions to sleep, shower, whatever, rest, pump again, clean, so forth and so forth. When you produce this much amount of milk, you are definitely going to have some ducts that's going to get clogged up. So just a FYI, but there are things to help with that, and I'll talk to you guys about that in a whole nother video. I don't want to make this too long. Hopefully it's around 10 minutes. If it's too long, sorry. I'm about to put baby girl down, and then I will start my next session in a second. But I hope I was able to explain everything to you guys. For my normal subscribers, you guys are like, Brie, you look so different. It's been a very exhausting month. Like, I step away from YouTube and I pretty much focus on my baby, and I pretty much focus on myself because I'm exhausted and tired. But I plan to do more videos. There are going to be a lot more, of course, mommy and baby videos, especially since I have a little girl now. We'll do a lot of hair videos and things like that in the future. But for now, I am going to do a couple more of these EP videos because there's a lot of information that I'm just not able to cover in this video. But for the first month, that's pretty much it. Let me say this as well. If you're somebody who is struggling to produce milk, do not be afraid to use formula. Do not be afraid to supplement formula. Remember, your baby's health comes first, and their well-being is the most important thing. So don't starve your baby because you can't produce the milk or get your hands on the milk. Feed your baby no matter what. But don't feel discouraged either. Stick with it. Continue to do what you can. Keep your breast empty. Like I said, empty boobs make milk. Eat a good, well-balanced meal. You don't have to eat 3,000 calories. If you normally eat, take in 1,200 calories, take in 1,300, maybe 1,400. Just eat a lot of things that is very nutritional. And take your vitamins, prenatal, of course. If you guys have any more questions, just leave it down in the comment section below, and I will definitely answer it as I can. And if you want to follow my daily journey or my little daily journal that I have on Instagram, I will leave that down below for you guys. But yeah, that is it for now. Let me go ahead and take care of my baby, and then I have to go pump. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.